Julia. Hello. I went on Instagram. Hello, I'm back on Instagram. Hello. Everyone, hello. Yes. Hello and welcome. It's October 20th. It is the full moon. You can feel that energy. You can feel that intensity. It is here. It is happening. And yes, I know there's a little piece that sticks out there. Just going to pat it down so it's not sticking up. I was out early this morning, and if you caught my Instagram live that I did early this morning, I caught the moon still up, so it was pretty cool. It makes me want to get a better camera and get lighting and everything so that people can get the full exposure of pictures like that, and even of the sky. Because I mean, with the light and everything, and camera. Anyways, it was beautiful. It was beautiful out this morning. So catching that and catching the energies of that full moon, and with and now the sunrise. The sun is rising up, and we have that energy coming in. So what's going on, and what does this full moon have to do with anything? It's like, can I just go bury my head in the sand? No. No, you cannot bury your head in the sand. It is intense, it is, there's an intensity to it. I feel like there's clarity with this moon. There is an energy to bring in your passion and your substance with this moon. I mean, there's a lot there's a lot happening with this moon. There's also, as I'm going to post, there we go. So we also have, with this moon and with the energies of this moon, let's bring up my little notes, my notey notes, is that it is ruled by the planet Mars. So Aries is ruled by Mars. So we know our soul wants to accomplish something in this lifetime. Each of us has a purpose, and it will keep calling us until we pay attention to it. Knowing your mission in life is not easy feat, but some people will know their whole lives, while others will be traveling and wondering and where the fuck to go. The full moon can help you feel it, though, if you allow it. That's saying if you allow it. This moon has an intensity to it, and you're gonna hear me say that word a lot. The reason being is that it is moving us. It is mobile. It is getting us into a mobility. In a mobility, it's getting us to do that. And what it is doing is that it wants us to bring in whatever's been unconscious. So it's wanting to bring things up to us so that we can see it and say, hey, look at, have you looked at this? And I feel like it's a golden apple. So it's like Aries coming in. Have you seen this? Are you looking at what's going on? Are you looking at your life? Is this really what you want? And this is also with, coming up from within. So there's also these aha moments that are going to be coming in with this moon. This moon is going to bring in, but these are the internal ones, and that's what the moon does. So the moon brings in these internal aha, because it is Aries. Aries is about I am. I am. What are you? Right? So the I am. So Aries likes to identify themselves. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is where I'm going. I'm going this way, right? Because it is Aries, got a war, got a direction. This is the direction I'm going into. And it's a spark. They like to spark things. They like to get things going. So we have a little bit of a spark that is happening with Aries. So your purpose in life can feel daunting, and it may require life shiftings or big moves to a new location. It may also ask you to say goodbye to certain people and habits. And this is where this brings in the courage and the motivation. And it feels like this vibration of this full moon to let the habits and projects and other energies that block you from aligning with your soul wants to live. So it's feeling of that warrior spirit. So the warrior spirit comes in, and And it's asking you, are you ignoring? Are you fighting your soul's calling? Are you ignoring it? Are you ignoring the energies that are coming in for you? Because the other reality is that there's going to be a shock or a surprise, and that comes from an external place. And that external place comes in, and that external energy that comes in. And it's funny because I'm looking at my Instagram because I got an Aries and a Leo. I got fire energy on my Instagram, so I hope it doesn't blow up. That's there right now. And this is where shock and surprise. So the shock and surprise can come from somewhere, right? So the shock and surprise. And the shock and surprise could come from news, a news item. It could be coming that these truths are coming in that you were unaware of. And it's bringing in light. It's bringing in light. It's bringing in information that you weren't aware of before. And so it's like, oh my God, I didn't know that was happening. Oh my goodness, you know, I was totally unaware of all of this. And this is where it's like the thought. So you thought that something was one way. This Aries, like, trust me, if you think the Aries is going in a certain way and you expect Aries to go into a certain direction, it's fire. It's fire. So if you're expecting that spark to go off in a certain way and it's not going off in a certain way, yeah, expect those surprises because that's what Aries does. Now, across the way from Aries is Libra. So the sun is in Libra. It's intense. And Mars, is there. And Mars is looking over at the moon. It's saying to the moon, it's like, man, you're at my home. What are you doing there, dude? What's going on? And so we have this is about shaping. This is profound time, and it's shaping your own personality, your own persona, your own sovereignty. This is coming in, and this is very strong because Aries is about I am. So remember, that's like I am. This is my sovereignty. This is my truth. This is me. Why am I trying to be anything other than who I am? Why am I trying to conform to anything other than who I am? So when we come into this energy, and especially with this full moon, it is a catapult. It is a catapult. It is like, here I am. And as I said to people a couple of days ago, this is what I see. I see this great catapult, but it's it's this flaming ball of fire going into the air, and that's exactly what's happening. It's a flaming ball of fire, and it's hitting, and it's going into the air. And with this is bringing in a lot to do with karmic contracts. It's coming into doing with, of the balance of what we are doing, both good and bad. So this is looking at a lot to do with our own karma, our own being, and again, the direction on which you're going. Now, this is going to be to talk things over, have a conversation, and that needs to be changed. This could be disturbing. And the reason why it's disturbing, well, you can't leave Uranus out of the picture, man, because Uranus is coming in, and it is the finger of God. Woo-hoo. So a finger of God, or a yod or a yod, is when you have a planet and it makes a 150-degree angle to one, 150-degree angle to another, and in between them is a sextile. So we have a sextile between Mercury and Venus, and they're forming the yod to Uranus. And Uranus, and the thing is that when you have something like this, right? So there's, from that, where Uranus is, there's this opening, right? Now, Mercury is the lower octave of Uranus, and Uranus is the higher octave. It is that higher. It is on the other realm. It is in the God realm. So when we look at Saturn being the last planet, and then you have all of the, we have our belt that's around there, our astro belt that is there, and then on the other side is Uranus. So you're peeking into the God realm. So Uranus is part of the God realm. It is the God. It is the one, it is the ruler of the universe. This is how we, this is in theology and that. So we have this energy. And Mercury, who right close to the sun, is like, zooms around there 88 days and then slows down and goes on vacay for 3 weeks and everybody freaks out. It's coming out of his vacation. And he's, there's some information that is there, some information that is coming in. And it's being released at 14, okay, Uranus is at 13 degrees Taurus. It's being released because the opposite is in Scorpio. Ow, ow, ow. So 14 degrees is releasing at about 14 degrees into Scorpio. And I did a little dance because I'm a Scorpio. Nobody knew that before. This is about new channels of communication. This is opening up new channels of communication, communications about ways you haven't done before. So this is connecting with other forces, other people, other ways. This is new lines of communications that will be coming in. The God, Uranus, is coming in and saying, we need new ways of communication. We need new ways of doing this. On Saturday, as the sun is moving and goes into Scorpio, this is where it's going to start to highlight a lot of new ways of communications. This is going to be where spiritual force, one is never done. So one is never done, and things that have been never done before are going to be coming to the forefront. So next, as we're coming into the Scorpio season, which starts on Sunday, or Saturday, I should say, we come into this Scorpio energy. This Scorpio energy is about the truth of the communications that are coming forth. So we are entering into the next month into a deep dive. Get ready, because we're going deep. We're going into a deep dive. And this is where, because Scorpio energy is power, and the power is shifting. And as the sun goes in, guess who comes home? The old ruler, Mars. So we have a lot of shifting, and this moon is activating it. It's bringing that power. It's bringing that spark, and it's saying, where do you want to be activated? Where do you want to step into your new power? And in what direction do you want to be taking this power? It's a lot. It's a lot. So this is where new information comes up. And with that, this comes into the social. This comes into protesting. This comes in where people are going to be rising up even more. We're going to be seeing a lot more of crazy disruptions of people not staying in the alignment where they are told to stay. This is where secrets are going to be revealed, because Scorpio holds secrets. And it reveals the secrets, and it reveals the taboo. It reveals the shit that people don't want to deal with. That's what Scorpio does. It says, you don't want to deal with it, honey? Well, let me tell you. Come to me, because we're going to open you up, and we're going to get you to reveal, and we're going to get you to deal with what you don't want to deal with. But it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, because Pluto is my ruler, and Pluto always rewards. So if you are wanting to go through these transformations and changes and take them into this new directive and this new direction, I'm with you. If you don't, well, remember, I'm Scorpio. And if you want to go into the dungeons of hell, if that's your kinky turn on thing, cool. It's up to you. So this is where people are called stronger and stronger, and this is where you're going to see energies are going to start to overthrow outdated institutions, leaders, corporations, educational systems. We are going to start, and we are beginning into, hopefully, a peaceful revolution as we're heading into the Scorpio season. That's my prediction. So my prediction is, as of this year, and people have asked me, where are we heading by the end of this year? And I've said it. I'm not going to say it, but I've said it. But this is where we have a choice, and we're coming into a place where we want to come into a place to reveal what we are truly wanting, and reveal the peace within our lives But there's a lot with Pluto coming in and Uranus in the opposition, and with that finger of God is going to be there for a little bit. It's going to get us to really look into the deep parts of our own selves, our karmic contracts, and looking into and saying, okay, where do I need to rewrite? Because you know what? As Mercury's going forward, I may have agreed with this at the beginning, but I'm not agreeing with this now. I may have thought it was a good idea at the start of all of this, but I don't like the ideas now. So I'm changing my mind because God is coming in and my sovereignty is coming in and my divine guidance is coming in because I am a spiritual being. I'm a spiritual being of the light. I'm coming into my light. I'm coming into my truth, and that is where I am directing my energy. And being a spark, which Aries is, being a spark is igniting, and the energies from Venus, because Venus is in Sag, is saying, okay, you started the spark, but remember, I'm a forest fire. I'm not a Leo. I'm not a contained fire. I am not fixed. I am mutable. And with the cardinal, it sets the flame to go. And that's what this is. The flame has been set. And we are on our way in bringing in the newness. And how that is going to turn out is how we step into our own being and our light. And are we stepping into it by being fearful? Are we stepping into this newness, which is a beautiful light of creation and of creativity, to bring in the creativity and the newness? That is, that's there. We're able to move within this. We're able to move within this light and move towards this this newness. And it's there. It's definitely there for us. But the other part too, because there is the darkness, and the darkness is also there, and it's unsettling. And the darkness that is there is that people, that the spirit, that one is never alone, but we are not alone. But the dark path is not recognizing your own spiritual self, and that there are others around you. When you go upon the dark path, you only think it's all about me. It's me, 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 me. You can still have your sovereignty. You can still have your light and still be connected to beautiful minded people. There's lots that's coming out. A volcano just erupted. Two eruptions, 2 spews of smoke started coming out in Japan. So they're starting their some evacuations in and around there. Is that, I mean, when you got a yod, when energy's being focused on Uranus and Taurus, yeah, that means that there's going to be a disruption, and especially when one is in Sagittarius, and then we got a full moon in Aries. So this is about fire. This is about fire and earth. What else is going to be shaking? What else is going to be rattling in our world? Nuclear sub. There was, I don't if it was a nuclear sub, but there was a shots from North Korea from a submarine towards China in the South Seas. So there's this energy of wanting to take control over something. So that's very Mars. That's very like, okay, let's take this energy and let's, I want power. I want control. But that power and control, how lasting is it? So we're setting into a new revolution, a new revolt, a change that is coming in. And this revolution and change that is coming in is wanting to bring in a new way of living, a new light, a new ideas. And this is stepping into it. I was watching something with Sanjay Gupta, the doctor from CNN. And when I was watching it and I saw there's something about, like, the thing is that his checks are being written by CNN. So he's making fucking good money. Like, he is not just 6 figures. He's in the 7 figures of earning money. So he's not a poor man. and with his practice, and he, I love when he says, well, I'm at the hospital. No, you're not. Like, anyways, but they questioned him about things, and they said to back on CNN, he followed right back and fell right back into the narrative. Fell right back into the narrative because of fear. He fell back into the narrative when one of the reporters said, oh, this is horse medicine, and he goes, yeah, it is horse medicine. Like, after what he was saying on Joe Rogan, like, these are the things that are being revealed, and it's going to be talked about again, and it's going to go on and saying, okay, they're trying to keep a narrative, they're trying to keep something going to keep you upon this dark path, keep you glued to the blue screen, so you're not paying attention to the beautiful blue sky and the full moon that's there and the sun rising and the leaves changing. Stay glued to here. Stay here. Stay in this fear. Well, people are now awakening, because this is what this moon is doing. It's activating an awakening for people and an uncomfortable feeling. That's the whole thing, is that when we're being enlightened, when we're coming into this path, it's like, well, I thought being enlightened would be fun and so easy. No, it's not. Being enlightened means that there's responsibility. Yes, you have time to go play with the fairies. Yes, you have time to play with the fairies and connect with all those beautiful, lovely creatures and the angels, but also with all of them. They're calling you in to be responsible. They're calling you in to speak the truth. To not just go along with whatever, I'm just doing it to make people feel comfortable. So you go against your light to make people feel uncomfortable. You know what I love? This is what I love. I have years ago, he was a very strict Muslim. And at certain times, Muslims stop and they pray. And he said to me, he goes, it doesn't matter where I am, I'm going to stop and pray and face the east, because that is the direction of Mecca. And I thought, what power and what conviction. What power and conviction. He goes, sometimes it's difficult, and sometimes people don't like what I do. But he goes, in my heart, I know it's true. In my heart, I know this is what is true to me, because I want to live in love and peace. That's his thing. He wants to live in love and peace. That's where the energy comes forth. When you come into your truth and conviction and saying, you know what? All right, you don't want, it's like the Victorian or the premier of BC saying, I'm going to make it harder for people in Victoria, even if they're 90% elixired, that, those 10%ers aren't going to be allowed to go anywhere. Wow. Okay. But hopefully, which I think will happen, people will wake up and say, what do you mean? Well, my daughter's not, or my mother's not, or my grandmother's not, my girlfriend's not. I want to spend time with them. And you're telling me I can't, and I have been all this time, and now you're telling me something different? That's going to shatter your reality. That's going to shatter what you believe. And you're going to say, no, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to follow that. You are an elected official. That's all you are. My taxes go towards this. You are not my connection to my divine. You are not my ruler. My ruler is that of as above, so below. My ruler is my light. My ruler is my divine. My ruler are all of those spiritual energies that are there, that I connect with. My totem animals, my fairies, the Brotherhood of Light, the angels. Those are my directives. Those are the ones that I go towards. Not somebody that I can vote out in 4 years. who's not constant in what they do. That's not where my light is. And the cardinal signs and the mutable signs have really kind of made sort of their decisions through this year, and they're kind of knowing where they're going to go. It's the fixed signs that will be making their final decision on December 24th and saying, okay, this is where we're going. Because to move the fixed signs is a little bit harder. And that's the Aquarius, that's the Leos, that's the Taurus, and that's the Scorpios. The age of Aquarius is not all sit around the fire and kumbaya. The age of Aquarius is coming in and stepping in and taking 100% responsibility of yourself. Taking 100% responsibility of that around you. It is taking responsibility of what you know, ho'oponopono. That's where this energy is coming in. Yet, so many would rather sit on the bench and say, oh, you know, just maybe. Well, there's going to be a fucking rude awakening for those who are just sitting on the bench and not doing nothing. And that means being aware. That means reaching out to your neighbor. That means if you don't have something and I got it, I can share it with you. That means making sure that, okay, you know, there's some crazy things going on with money. Maybe I'll have a couple extra bucks in my pocket. That's what it is. So I do have my 2022 ebook. It's $5, and it's my ebook is with all of the horoscopes for each of the signs. And so if you are wanting it, it's $5. It's a digital download. It'll be ready by Friday. I'm putting the final touches on it today. So if you are wanting that, it doesn't have it didn't go into my predictions of what I think is going to be happening for 2022. I've been saying all along some of my predictions already of what's going to be happening for 2022. And I'll say it again, there's a lot of people that stop listening to me because they don't want to hear it. And but change is coming. And the Wisdom of Avalon cards came out. So I'm pulling these cards. So I'm going to pull some cards for us all. I'm going to pull cards for the elective because I'm on 3 places and I don't know. I don't know who's on my, I can see my Instagram and sort of see who's on Instagram here, but I can't see who's on my Facebook or YouTube. So pull out some Avalon cards first. Raylene goes, I'm here. Raylene's here. That's enough. Okay. This is funny. I have an Aries, I have a Leo, and I got a Sagittarius here. Ooh, that's fucking fire, man. That's crazy. Fire energy. I'm water. I'm lava, actually. That's what I always said about Scorpio. Scorpio's lava. So, all right. I have my pendulum here too. So I'm going to do my pendulum. And I don't, if you guys can see my pendulum. So this is my pendulum. The house is on fire, yes. And I'm going to ask my pendulum is like, may I use my pendulum today while I'm online? Yes. Thank you. Am I fully protected as I'm doing my readings online today? Yes. So my pendulum's coming in, letting me know I'm able to use my pendulum. I ask permission, and then asking if I'm fully protected in utilizing. So I'm going to pull this down a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. If you can see, because my arm gets tired when I'm going like this. So a pendulum gives you yes or no answers. So I'm going to do a reading now, and I want to know, are the energies into Mother Earth accelerating? Yes. So the energies into the Earth are accelerating. Thank you. There we go. There we go. There's some other questions, but I won't ask them. I was thinking about. So we got our first Avalon card that's coming in, and it's the Death card. So we got the Death card coming in. That's and I got like, that's, to me, that was, I was told that's sort of like our direction. Our direction is death. Don't be afraid of death. Okay? Because from death comes rebirth. So we have a rebirthing from the death. So things are ending. So this moon is showing that there's some huge endings that are coming in. And along with that, we're going to pull a tarot card, and the tarot card is the Eight of Cups reversed. So there are things maybe that you are unsettled about, energies that are unsettling. Maybe you're trying to put together packages. You're trying to put things in order, but it's like almost where you just got to let them go. So a lot of times we want to put things properly. We want to have everything. We want to have all our eggs in a row. We want to have it all in a row. And we want to have it in a certain order. Now, my lovely little beings out there, it's like not everything can be in the order that you want it to be. Sometimes you just have to let it go. That it's done. It's done. You can't go back and start trying to put everything to back up on the shelf if it's not supposed to be up on the shelf, or it's not supposed to be there. And it's letting us know that we have to just allow for things to go in the direction that it's going, and to step into our truth, ours. And we got the cow. So the cow is all about nourishment. Cows are sacred in India. So we have the sacredness of the cow. It's asking and receiving, allowing us to ask, allowing us to receive, allowing us to be open to that receiving. Things are ending. Let us receive what we need to receive for the new beginnings. Let us be open to the newness that's coming in. Is it going to be uncomfortable? Yes, it is going to be uncomfortable. Is it going to get where it's going to feel a little bit heavy through the next few months? Yes. Will there be light at the end of the tunnel? Oh, most definitely. Oh, most definitely. And with that, don't be blocking your intuition. Don't be blocking the information that you're receiving. Take time. Do your journaling. Do your writing. Bring out your cards. Do your divination. Do your meditations and prayers. Prayers and meditation are very important right now. Taking time in prayer, that means that you're asking, you're going out. Meditation is that you're going in. So you take time to go in and feel and connect. And then you ask, in which way do I need to go? Show me the way in the direction that I need to go at this time. Guide me. Help me to have the clarity and the vision. And with that, you're going to find the unconditional love, the loyalty. The dog comes in. So the dog comes in, and it's that loyalty that comes in with the dog. The dog loves you. Trust me, we got a dog here, my daughter's dog. It loves me, even though that sometimes I have issues with her. But it still comes up and wants to love me and wants to, put her head on my lap and get scratches. Like she's loyal. She loves you unconditionally. Coming into that unconditional love, that means that, again, you are not putting up what you think that you need to put up. Like you're trying to put something up. You're trying to put something together that is saying, no, you don't need it. You don't need it. Just go forth. Trust, there's love there. When you just, because trying to put things in a certain order, there's a condition. I need it to be this way before I can go there. I need to receive this before I do that. And it's here, it's saying everything's going to be provided for you. You're going to be fine. But you got to allow things to die away. You got to let them go. And the fearful thing here is that because there's so many who are feeling that they're going to lose out, feeling they're, oh my God, I'm going to lose the job. What are we going to do about the job? What are we going to do about this? What about this? What if this? What if that? The shoulda, coulda, what we should, oh my God, we should do this. We could be doing that. This is where the energies are showing us is that you just have to trust. If you're staying true within your convictions, you're staying true to within yourself, that is where it's going to lead you. If you're not, you're going to find that you are going to run into a lot of issues. And within it comes the birth and rebirth. Death and resurrection. Birth and rebirth comes forward. So here we go. We know right now we're having a death here. Fall is here. Things are dying away. The leaves are falling. But are they dead? No, they're not. They're going in, they're slowing down. Things are slowing down. So we're coming into this slowness. We're coming into this energy so that we can have that birth and rebirth. So we can go in and come into that cycle. And when we do that, yeah, there's going to be people that we're going to have to walk away from. There's going to be conflict. But maybe you're going to be the one that's walking away from the person who thinks they're the winner. Or you might be the winner that has to walk away from the others and say, I got it. I've won this battle. Either way, you're going into a new direction. And this energy is pushing you there. And this is where it's like, if the karma is what you say it is, good or bad, but it's getting you to go into that new direction and put things together for yourself. And through that, and when you do that, you're seeking the Holy Grail, the Grail Night, the sacredness, the love, the romance. There's illusion there too. You got to watch out for the illusion. But if you're seeking the sacred, you're seeking the truth. And the final card for all of us, this has come up reversed so many times in readings lately. But that means there's still things you got to really be true to who you are in order for things to end and you become the new beginning. When it is reversed, it's a little harder. When the world is reversed, that means I even got that maybe it's going to feel like the world is upside down right now. The world's not going to be feeling the way that you want it to feel. It's going to feel a little bit odd. Looking at my shirt, I'm getting all crumply. It's going to feel a little bit out of sorts. So this is about falling short. Maybe you're falling short of your achievements. You're falling short of everything because you're trying to put everything the way that you think it should instead of trusting and saying, okay, I got to let it go. And your world can be whatever you make it. It's up to you how you want to take this. How are the steps you want to go forth? Because it is bringing in that change for you, your family, stepping towards that direction, and doing it because you want to is the most important thing than doing it because an enforcement is being forced upon you. And I think that's, at the end of the day, is the evil. Well, I know it's the evil that's there. It's forcing you to be and do and portray something that you're not. So now you are, in doing that, you're going upon the dark path of spirituality because you're not standing in your light. You went to a place where, well, this was against what I wanted to do. It doesn't matter what it is. We all know, we've all been there when we've done something that we didn't want to do, and we've gone against something, and that horrible feeling that we have inside that says, oh, and we can justify it. We're very good at justifying. The ego will justify whatever you want to justify. But this is saying things are going to end. The way that you think life is, or the way you think things are not going to be the way they are. And if you are trying to hold it together by trying to put everything neatly back into the cupboard, the way you think they are, remember the way you think they are, that's not the way it's going to be. So getting clarity. This is coming into your next stage of your spirituality and standing into your light and going forth into that light. So new communications, new ways are coming in. Stand forth and stand in it. Take things, new channels of communication coming forth. So a new light and a new day, baby, is coming in. And it's up to us to step into that new light and that new day. So sending you all out such beautiful, sparkly light and transformation. And it is, I can feel the heaviness that's coming in, but I can also feel the light that's coming in with this. And it is bringing in some pretty heavy energy for us all. I think for a lot of people, it is going to be, there are decisions that a lot of people are going to have to make. And no, it's like where I keep on getting, you're not alone in this all, but you're thinking you are, but you're not. So more is to be, just saying, more is coming out. There was some crazy, what are these? Those are my runes. There was some crazy video that was going, crazy video, but there was a video, I didn't see the whole thing, but it had to do with a group of people who are quite prevalent in enforcing the elixir right now in 2013. I think it was 2013. Talking about how to take control over population at this time and what they can bring in as this control. So that's pretty, it was pretty interesting. And one of the people that were on it, he looks like a monkey. So it's, this energy that's coming in, it's things are being revealed. That's the thing. And that's exposure's coming in, and not everybody wants to believe the exposure. They don't want to believe in it, sort of thing. So that's the scary part. So my loves. So stand in your truth, stand in your light, as I always say, and be true to you. As the sun comes into Scorpio, probably I'm going to be coming in with some more predictions for 2022, and it's and some of the highlights that we're going to be unveiled for us all. I think many people are now feeling it and seeing it. Where in 2019, when I was saying a lot of what's going to be coming forth, not, a lot of people are like, okay, whatever. And then now that's the light that's coming in. That's what you're feeling, because you're coming in more in tune. You're like, okay, I can really see this. I can really feel it. I've been feeling this for a while. I know this is what's coming in. So I have to prepare myself. How do I prepare myself? Well, one, have money on hand. And I know that's, for some people, that's like, I don't know how to do that, or I don't have any money. It's like even starting, I got like, every time I see any toonies and loonies and stuff, I throw them in a bin. I throw them in a little bowl. And so doing things like that, putting money aside is very important. And looking at alternative ways of investment. Just saying. And doing that, I'm not an investor or an advisor for doing that, but we'll be seeing things going along in that direction. And again, food shortages. Get your Christmas stuff now, and I've mentioned that before. But this, I feel like there's something else that is going to come in that's going to be a big blow up. So something's going to blow up in some ways. So whether that is on social media or the news or something, there's going to be some kind of shocking report that's going to come out. Something very profound. And it's going to take a real big turn in the way people deal with their life and with things that are going on. Our prime minister is being too quiet right now. There's something going on. Doesn't feel right. There's something there. I know there's something does not feel right there. And same, yeah, we're also we've now entered into the Pluto return for the United States. So it's creeping into that Pluto return, which will be February 20th, 2022. So we're entering into the shadow phase, the pre phase of this. So we're going to start seeing a lot of global events starting to unveil and unravel. And there's, I don't want to do this now. They're showing me that something's coming to the surface. Some things are going to be coming to the surface. There's lots. When there wasn't as many people on Earth, there wasn't so many secrets. But now with so many, it's harder to keep so many of the secrets hidden because there are so many more around. And trying to keep more people oppressed in many ways is what they are wanting to do. And trying to ignore the places that need aid or need help. I mean, right now there's children being kidnapped and from Haiti. So children are starting to go missing in Haiti, where gangs are going in and just taking. And this is where other events that are going to come in, and a lot of things are just either distractions that are going to be coming in to distract you, to not look at the real issues that are happening. And so that's why we have to stay in tuned, because in staying in tuned is going to help you to really realize, okay, this isn't right. This is just a distraction. And they're going to try and really, we're going to see they're going to, like right now, the government is in control, or the thing is that a lot of your taxpayer money that you pay a lot of, you pay your taxes to federal government and stuff in your state or province. But that is also that they are funding and putting money into a lot of the big corporations like Facebook and Google and other places, and getting and so that they can have somewhat of control. So they're not a public, they are a public platform, and in some ways we kind of own it, but not officially. But because our taxpayers are going to the government programs that are trying to I guess control it. So our money's in these things. And that's going to be really revealed. And I think some of the whistleblowers that have come forward that got a cushy ride, we're going to find that they're on a false pedestal. So a lot of false pedestals that have come forward, so false gods that have come forward, or people put them as a god or put them as an idol. These false idols are going to start to topple. And it's hard to awaken, because when you see the truth of the truth and people see it, it's hard for them to see it, because it's like, I never thought that would happen, or that can't be true. This is all this, people are lying to me. But yet there's so much that's coming up and coming in. It's like, yeah. And it's like many don't believe that there's camps being built, and they want to ignore it. They think that can't happen. So these are the little things that are coming in, but will they be enforced? Will they happen? This is where the fight and the protests, and where the change is that is in keeping yourself unaware or aware in many different, even though you might not use some of the platforms, but just being aware that you are on them, so that you'll be able to have notification. So that's what they're showing. It's like, be aware, because there's going to be notification for people to be alerted to the transgressions that are going to be unveiling for us. So I know some places in the States are already realizing their shelves are empty and they can't get things. It's stocking up. I just keep on, you guys stock up. And if you're, or find somebody who can help you to stock up. So, and if you have to use the food bank, use the food bank. The food bank is overrun by food right now, and they're not giving it all out. So that's the other thing. So the food bank does have food, but it's not being given all out. There's a lot of waste that's happening there, which is fucking stupid. Yeah. So if you have any questions, definitely get a hold of me. I don't want to go into things too deeply, or get into too much of the, for some people it's negative and it's dark, because I'm a Scorpio, people. I'm Scorpio. I am 90% Scorpio. Scorpios see the darkness, and we know the darkness, and we know the shit that's there. Is there evil? Yes, there's evil. And the evil is really trying to penetrate into many different parts of our world at this time, and make things hard and difficult. But when we can band together in the light, and we can band together with our own light force, it can't come in. That's what they keep on showing me. It can't come in. There's such a light force that is coming into Gaia, and that's where Uranus comes in. Uranus is trying to awaken people, and that's what he does. That's what he did. And even with Pluto, is trying to awaken us. Pluto was there. I think Pluto was in Gemini in the 40s. And, people didn't pay it no mind until Uranus hit, and was like, wow, okay, Uranus, Pluto is life-changing. And that was life-changing. That was at the end of World War II. We won't have a Uranus happen, but we will have where Uranus in a few years go into Gemini, and that's life-changing events also. within our world. And also with Neptune coming to the end of Pisces, and with Jupiter going into Pisces at the end of the year, we're going to be looking at crazy flooding that's going to happen in the year. So right now it's fire and earth, and then we're going to have water. So we're going to have some crazy floods and tsunamis and crazy things like that, because when Jupiter really hits and goes in with Neptune, that's rising waters, that's rising emotional energy. So our emotions are going to be very high. Our emotions are going to be running very high, which is a reflective of the water. The water is deep. And that's where the energies of Sedina comes in. And Sedina is the Inuit goddess of Hermana, who is the mother of Pele. And create that, we have to put down the roots in our energies of the light and bring in that energy of the light. To help us to create and stand up and be the soldiers that we need to be. And the soldiers aren't necessarily saying that you're a soldier with a rifle and you're going to go out and kill somebody, but a soldier is somebody who stands in the light and stands in it and says, okay, no, I'm going to stand up for that mother, I'm going to stand up for that child, I'm going to stand up for that man who got thrown out or got, lost his job. We're going to stand up for all of this, because this is what we need to do, and this is what we need to do as humanity, which is the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is the age of humanity. It isn't the age of individual. It's the individual within the humanity that allows you to shine without tormenting and victimizing other people and trying to think that you have a victimology and thinking that you're better than somebody just because you're something that you've made up, or some kind of illusion that you're standing into. Because those illusions that people are standing into and are claiming are that of an illusion, or that of their personality that they're trying to force upon other people. But you can't force that upon other people, because that is not the truth and that's not the light. God made people, God made, or the energies, or the universe, or the divine, or whatever you believe in. There was an energy that came in that said, we need this type of person, and we need that type of person. We need a male and we need a female, because that is going to allow for growth. When we don't have that, and that's the other part of the evil that's coming in, when we don't have that and we are wanting to victimize ourselves or focus on those things, it allows for the topple of society, and allows for others to come in and take that control over us, because you're not standing in your truth and your sovereignty of who you are. You're not standing in that beauty of what that divineness is. You're standing in a victimology. And that's where the change has to happen, is that you got to get the fuck out of the victimology and the wokeism and thinking that you're all this and all that. Because as humanity comes together, we start to see the truth and the root of our divinity, and the root of who we are, so that we can create a world that is better. That's part of what this moon is. That's part about what this transformation is. And if we're not standing in that light, which is only like less than 10% of the world right now, and it seems like there's more and more are awakening, but there's a percentage that isn't, and then some of that percentage is a percentage of those who think that they have the power and the strength, are the ones that are going to try and oppress and keep people oppressed. But when you're doing that, it is standing up. The more we stand up into in this tyranny, and the more we're going to stand into the light and the change and the transformation that needed to happen. Is this going to happen overnight? No, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. It's going to take a lot of time, because we are pig-headed, and we're dense. Humanity and humans are dense, and not everybody can agree on everything. So it's going to take us a while to get to where we need to go and what we need to do. It's going to take a few years in order for what we need to do. But if we don't do it now, those few years that go and pass, you're going to find that you're in a worse position than you are now. You're going to find that things are going to be toppling, and things are going to be worse than what you thought. So just handing over your power and handing it over to those who aren't even of the divine light, to hand it over, you are handing your power and your light over to the devil. And in handing that light over to the devil, that means you're handing over the lives of not only yourself, your family, the children, the children's children, and the children's children. You're handing your light over it. And we've seen it done. And the people of the native people of this land did it. They did it. They did it. And now they've paid for it. And now they're wanting to show us that that's not the way to go. That's not the way to go. We've done that. We fell in that trap. We're not going to fall into it again. And nor should we fall into it again. We've seen it. We've seen the destruction. And it's up to us to make the change, unless you want that destruction to happen again, because it will. It will. But that it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be, because that light is so fucking strong. It's so brilliant. It's never been that strong before in this world. We've never had that light, that acceleration in this world before until now. And this is what is coming forward for us. So we got to stand in that light, stand in your truth, honor who you are, honor that beauty in that light. Don't play victimize, and don't play pointing your fingers that you're better than anybody else. Because that's just how it topples. Come in with compassion and unconditional love, like the dog. The dog comes in with unconditional love, is saying, you know what? I understand where you are. I may not agree with where you are. I may not agree with what you say and what you do, but I'm standing here and I'm going to send you love. So I'm going to end this now. I'm going to end it on Ho'oponopono, 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 sending you out the love and the light of this world and of the universe, because you are a child of the universe. No greater than the stars and the trees. You are a part of it. You are fixed with it, and you have stardust in your genes. Blessed be everybody, and may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say and all that you be. Blessed be everybody. Have a blessed day, and stand in your